Hello, sir.
What's going on?
Not much, just had a really, really miserable car ride home from work. So, feeling very good, feeling very normal. Blood pressure, baseline, totally normal.
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about that.
Okay. What would you like to talk about?
No, I mean, you've got some ideas, I know.
Okay. Yes. How's it going, everybody? We're coming. This is Left Unread coming back at you. Sorry, we initially planned to release this episode sooner, but our timelines got all crossed up last weekend when we were gonna record. So now we're here, right?
I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about
Jesus
that either.
Christ.
I'm just kidding. What's going on, man?
Yeah, what would you like to talk about, Cameron?
No, it was just trying to do a bit, but
Yeah.
you're no selling me. You're no selling my no sell, so that's
Yeah,
fine.
I mean, you gotta sell it yourself to get the sell back.
Yeah,
Sellers
I
gotta
guess so.
sell.
I guess so.
Sellers gotta sell,
Sure.
and also buyer beware. Yep, I'm gonna do a special edition can check, something I've never done on an episode of Left Unread before. Drinking a nice pint of beer right here.
Okay. It's out of a glass. Well, that's not a can at all.
I said a pint.
No, I know, but you said a can check, but that's not a.
Well, it
it's
wasn't
not
a can.
at all.
It wasn't a can. Now it's in a glass. It's
is
in
it?
it's in a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch pint glass.
Oh, very nice.
It is a Sapporo Black. No.
Oh, cool. Was it like a black lager?
Yeah. It's similar to a Guinness.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you
nice.
drinking?
I've got a
Oh fuck! You know what? I just remembered.
Gatorade Cool Blue. What?
You didn't come to my. I had some of those Waterloos to give you. I was gonna give them when you came over the other night, but you didn't end up coming over. You just went straight to the mall.
That would have been a great way to. I actually did drop you off at your house. I was at your house.
I totally forgot about that though. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna give it when you came in. Oh, too bad.
Well, I could be drinking one of those. Instead, I've got this Gatorade Cool Blue, which you can't see because it's
Okay.
blue. So
Yeah.
But I'm not a big Gatorade guy. But
Yeah. You gotta get your electrolytes in.
well, not even that. My girlfriend had the flu a couple weeks ago,
No.
and so I was like, oh, like I'm gonna get her like a little care package. I'm gonna drop some stuff off at her house. So I was, I didn't want to get the flu, so I wasn't hanging out with her.
Yeah.
But I went and I got her a bunch of stuff, and I was like, is there anything that you want? And she was like down and out, and she was like, honestly, like the only thing that I really want is some of the Gatorade Ice Blues, she said, and that's the light blue one. And she was like, other flavors are okay, but you know what I really don't like is the dark blue one.
Okay.
So preferably ice blue, but if it's got to be, it's not the dark blue. And I was like, okay, got it.
You bought the
And this
dark
was
blue?
like right as that snowstorm was hitting us a couple weeks ago. And so the store was crazy, and like it was a madhouse, and I was in there and I was looking, and I was like, look, that looks light blue.
It is
And I
dark blue.
grabbed it. No, it's the dark blue.
I can
And
tell.
I didn't even, so I got home and I'm looking at it, and I'm like looking at the text message. I'm looking at the 6-pack of Gatorades I got. I'm like, I'm not even going to give her those.
Yeah.
And so I went back out and I went to 7-Eleven and I found the right ones. But now I've got these dark blue Gatorades.
Now, are you
so-
rolling? Are you rolling standard issue Gatorade, or do you go G0?
Like I said, these were not purchased for me. I'm just
Right,
making
what-
my way through them. This is standard Gatorade.
All right, standard issue.
140 calories per bottle.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sodium.
I don't drink Gatorade too often, but when I do, I'm a Glacier Cherry G0 guy. I like the white one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really care for any of them.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite beverage. I think if I wanted to do like an electrolyte drink, you just make one. You just put some lemon and some salt and some water, and just drink that. And it's better. It tastes better than this.
I've never heard of anybody doing that ever in my life.
But that's what this is. But this costs more.
Yeah. No.
You can literally just put like.
They developed it
citrus-
for the Florida Gators football athletic team.
Yep.
But you think you know more than the gator scientists.
No, I don't think that I know that more than them. I think that their basic idea.
You just think that your concoction is superior.
No, I think that their basic idea is great, and that since then, we've added things like glycerol ester of rosin blue 1.
No,
I don't know that that's actually what was
Listerine
for the gators.
No,
I think that monopotassium phosphate.
That's a preservative. It's pretty normal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's probably not. Mm-hmm. So if you strip all that away, you know what's in here? Salt.
Which monopotassium phosphate is a salt, but
salt, water, citric acid.
No.
So my idea is great.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go, folks. Cameronade.
Just saying, guys.
Cameronade.
Doesn't even have to be Cameronade. It's for the people.
The people aid.
Don't give Gatorade your money. Like, if you're sick, just make electrolyte water. Drink it.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, we'll toss the recipe in the show notes. So
no need. Again, for the people, it's really easy. So there's nothing to you. It is what it is. It's
Okay. Yep. Well, anyway, with that out of the way, why don't we get to business?
Yeah, man, let's dive in.
Yeah, so once again, we're coming at you, folks, and nothing has happened in the world whatsoever. Mm-hmm. There's nothing going on. Much ado about nothing. Actually, not much ado about anything. Oh, it's really what's going on.
Yeah, not much ado about nothing.
Yeah, well, that's a double negative, so you gotta get your grammar right.
But that's more true.
Not much ado about anything.
There's much ado about lots of things.
Well, there's not much ado, though. That's what I'm saying. The ado is not being.
I'm not arguing with you.
Okay.
Evan, you're viewing this as a conflict. I'm just also saying stuff.
Okay. All right. Well, all right.
I like what you're saying, and I'm also just saying stuff to you.
Yeah, we're on the same page. We're a couple of.
We're not though, because you.
Okay. Oh, now who's engaging in conflict? You fucking cocksucker.
All right.
I was handing out the olive branch, and you just pissed on me. Okay. So anyway, yeah, yeah. I mean,
when the Dr. Fantastic's flavored catheter fits.
Yeah, or when you pop
which they
out.
Always do, folks.
They
come in a range of sizes, from Hank Hill narrow to big fat Sounder wide.
Yeah. They taste good and they fit right.
Yeah,
the Dr. Fantastic.
And now they also come in a 0-calorie option.
Dr. Zero.
Unlike Gatorade, you can't just make your own flavored catheters at home. Well,
I mean, you can, but
the good folks at Sweet Baby Ray's would disagree. they've been advertising the zesty barbecue dip for a while now, but most doctors agree that that's not safe.
Barbecue dip,
dude. So unlike those charlatans over there at Sweet Baby Ray's, the good folks at Dr. Fantastics know the correct and safe way to apply refreshing fruit flavors to your penile catheter. Or, I mean, I guess they don't just have to be for penises. Now they're also for the gals with special slightly shorter.
Yeah. Twice as tasty.
Catheters.
Yeah.
For the female urethra.
Yeah.
Now, the only reason I bring this up is because they have released a new collaboration.
Yeah.
With Sweet Baby Ray's, where so to discourage people from doing it at home, basically, you can now get the full range of Sweet Baby Ray's flavors in the officially licensed Dr. Fantastic's flavored catheter product. So all of the yearning with none of the burning.
Yeah. And this is exclusive to Dr. Fantastic. Is the new Sweet Baby Ray's Carolina White flavored catheter. Yeah, you got that that very
Sweet Baby Ray's Gold Rush flavored catheter.
Oh no, sorry, it's Alabama White. The Alabama White. Yeah, the
Alabama
vinegar.
White Lightning.
Yeah, the Alabama White Lightning. Yeah. Dude, do you remember that band that was like when we were in high school? Alabama Thunder Pussy? Yeah.
Dude, they were kind of rad. They had a couple of sweet songs.
I know, yeah. During that brief...
Bad name for a band, but...
Yeah, during
the first part of the stoner rock revival.
Well, but also they were like part of that like southern like hardcore like Maylene and the Sons of Disasters and shit like that. And then,
They weren't really like that, though.
Yeah, but...
Alabama Thunder Pussy was more...
It was like more of like a stoner, but still that like southern hardcore kind of thing, too.
I don't recall them being similar. I used to like the first couple Maylene and the Sons of Disaster albums are pretty sick.
I know. I liked them in high school. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't dislike that. I unfortunately will always have a soft spot for the dubious metal music of our youth. Not all of it, but there's a lot of it that I still like. I still think metalcore is cool.
Yeah.
Not new metalcore. But 2000s metalcore is cool.
Yeah. I mean, some of Parkway Drive, I guess. Like you liked them, right?
They had some heavy albums. I think they're still going, but they had some heavy albums. Yeah, like August Burns Red had some okay stuff. Even them, like all that stuff wasn't great, but
I liked Every Time I Die. That was the one that I did like. Oh.
Every Time I Die, I still like.
Yeah, they're cool.
I really liked Killswitch Engage. I haven't been like a fan of their new stuff, but I was into
never
them
a big Killswitch guy.
Like middle school, high school, they put out a string of albums that I was really into, and Unearth, like a lot of the mass metalcore guys, I thought were cool. But I still, like Converge is considered a metalcore band. I still love Converge.
Yeah, I mean, they're like a very different style.
Yeah,
as they
Shai Hulud was cool.
I unfortunately did like As I Lay Dying. And then,
they had a couple of cool albums.
Yeah, and then the guy hired a cop to kill his wife that he met in the gym.
And
we don't have to say allegedly for that. He went to prison for it.
No, he did. Yeah, he was found guilty of that. And they got that band back together. And then in the last couple of years, like every member of the band quit again, around him, because they basically all were just like, he made like a really convincing show at first that he was like reformed, but like he's actually just
it's tough to be a Christian musician when you tried to hire somebody to kill your wife.
Yeah, we're talking about, I think it's Lambesis, Tim Lambesis.
Yeah, Tim Lambesis.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he did do one of the coolest metal side projects ever, Austrian Death Machine.
Oh, that's
where
right.
Every song was about an Arnold
that.
Schwarzenegger movie, and all the vocals were like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that was...
about that.
Yeah, unfortunately pretty cool.
Yeah.
But he's a piece of shit, and it's funny, man. There was a lot of drama in that scene, and crossing over into like the emo screamo scene.
Yeah.
That whole like Warped Tour.
Well, this is a fantastic little segue you've set up for us. Yeah. Warped Tour, one could say that was something of a clan of pedophiles.
Sure.
A name
and worse.
Yeah. I mean, clan of chomos.
At best, pedophiles.
At worst, chomos. They were full on doing the molesting. But that brings us.
Did you say chomos? What is that? Child molesters?
Yeah, that's like it's like started as like a prison term for it, but it's kind of broken into the mainstream. Yeah, you've never heard that, chomo?
No, dude. It sounds like something that like I would call you affectionately.
Please
what up, my chomo?
Please never call me that in front of anybody or at all.
You just spray paint it all over your house. Be like, it's because I like you.
Yeah,
I
like this guy. I call him my little chomo.
He's my chomo, dude.
And then I can't leave my house without an arm.
What up, my chomo sexual? Yeah, dude.
Yep. Well, anyway, Yeah, so there's another clan of pedophiles running amok, and that's the one that has been slowly and more horrifically every day being unearthed in the Epstein files. By our dearly departed friend who went by the Gmail handle gvacation@gmail.com. It was Jeffrey Epstein's email.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know. I figured, a lot of people have talked about it. But I feel like, still we haven't gotten like a fully written episode in a while. But I do think, this is a ripe orchid to
A ripe orchid. It's a ripe orchid to pluck.
Yeah, exactly. There's lots here, folks, and
right.
we've
Georgia O'Keeffe.
She might be in the Epstein files.
A ripe orchid. I don't think so.
Oh no, this should probably mention something. I could probably just pull it up right now and search Georgia
O'Keeffe. Oh, I think Georgia O'Keeffe was cool.
See.
She just liked painting the American Southwest.
Live, I'm gonna do this.
And
hold on.
Vagina flowers.
Yeah. Do you think they weren't talking about that shit? Here. Yeah. Yes, I'm 18 years of age. You have to verify your age. Oh, fuck.
So what? Look at the Epstein files.
Yeah.
What do you have them saved?
Oh no, when you log on to the website, because you have to search.
You did that quick.
Yeah, I had to say it's in the notes that I gave you. Hold on. I think Epstein. Yeah. Yep. Here we go. Search.
Yeah, he's making Epstein. It seem like they're in the notes, but Evan's just looking at his personal emails from Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. Georgia O'Keeffe. Oh, she's in here, dude. Let's see.
What?
Yeah, she's in here. Let's see. Entertainment and Arts in New Mexico. Oliphant and Santa Fe. Political drawings, caricature, and sculpture. This is just yeah, it looks like something in the files of some kind of art exhibit that involved Georgia O'Keeffe. Okay.
Maybe he was a fan of her artwork.
Yeah. Oh yeah, making charitable gifts of art. A primer for yeah. I mean, it had vaginas in it, dude. Do you think Jeffrey Epstein wasn't looking at that shit? Come on, bro.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that. I called it.
Oh, that's too bad because she's.
I mean,
awesome.
It's not like she's in it, but her name is mentioned in the files.
That's so funny, dude.
Oh, dude, the second I knew immediately it was going to be. I was like, oh hell yeah, they were emailing about Georgia O'Keeffe. But yeah, so hey, there she is. But yeah, I mean, there's some really insane shit in here, and I think one of the most insane parts about this, and I've had my normie liberal. I had a conversation with my normie liberal sister last week about mind control and MK Ultra and fucking Whitey Bulger and shit like that, and the normie libs are posting about folks. They're posting about how basically QAnon is correct and that both political parties are just chocked to the gills full of pedophiles that were just doing horrific things to people.
God damn.
Well,
no, yeah, just no. I don't know.
I mean, I just think it's crazy that basically the most maximalist view of the Jeffrey Epstein experience has proven to be true. The most maximalist view of or conspiratorial view of what was going on here has basically proven to be correct.
Yeah, and yet there are if anything the MAGA subculture or whatever you call it at this point has gone further than just denying it.
Yeah.
And has started to kind of coalesce around it, and there is a growing Epstein was actually sic, he was actually
or also Trump is a white hat pedophile,
right?
That too. Yeah, no, but yeah, and then there's a certain journalist who, or there are people that straight up
was that Megyn Kelly?
What?
Are you talking about who was it? Was it Megyn Kelly who went on TV?
Oh, she did do that, but then also there's Michael Tracy's it's the people just going to bat for pedophiles. 16-year-old isn't a child. That's actually legal in some places. Right. It's if you're pulling up the map of age of consent, man, you've already lost.
Right. It's we've talked before, if you have to what's that term for when you're specifically into post-pubescent girls that are legally too young?
Or a febophiles.
Right.
Yeah.
If you have to pull up
once you start getting pedantic about the underage girls
actually it's a separate
Is it still illegal? Man. Yes. Is it still amoral? Yes, but they have, progressed genetically, biologically. It's like, yeah, man, I wouldn't start.
It's a tough argument to defend, and that might not be the best way to do it.
But and then there's, just people just who aren't even involved in this. Obviously I get why some of the people are trying to like downplay it. But then you get like Pam Bondi the other day, who she's like, just like in like a press release or a press conference or something like that, where she's like getting exasperated. And she's like, why are we focusing so much on the Epstein files when the Dow is at 50,000 or something like that?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's and the thing is, lots of people feel that way. Lots of people are like, I didn't vote for this guy for any of this shit. I literally only care about my money. Why can't we focus on the thing that's most important?
And then you rewind their posts like 5 years, and they're like, the Democrats are all pedophiles.
Right. Oh, dude, the Pizzagate. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, and also, I have seen people be like, "Yo, Pizzagate was real." Like, even people on the left, it's like, no, dude, Pizzagate was a shit code. And this is what's really crazy too, is that like it's pretty clear that like Epstein and Bannon, colluded to like shit coat like all of these like pedophile like sex trafficking and like blackmail like circles with the Pizzagate shit, right? Like they were like meeting with the guy who from 4chan who then created the poll message board. So it's like the entire like neo-Nazi like online right-wing like ecosphere in the United States is like an Israeli like shitcoat psyop.
Yeah. Yeah, it's insane. I mean, it and it starts. It's one of those things where it's like, well, like everything lately, right?
Yeah.
Where the deeper you get into it, the more you realize that like it's kind of impossible to talk about without sounding like an insane person.
Yeah, except but this is why I said before too, is like all of the normie like liberals and stuff like that are talking like it now too. It's like it's really crazy like how like essentially like I can post things now about this openly on my like public accounts with my family members there. And they're all like liking it,
and they know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and they're all liking it, and like, dude, it's so crazy, like all this stuff. Like I was talking to my
5 years ago, made you like a fringe freak for even talking
that's what I'm talking about. It's like the most
whether you believed it or not. Like do you remember when lockdown happened and we were super obsessed with following the QAnon thing?
Yeah.
And it was like before that broke into the mainstream and people understood what it was or even knew what the name of it was. Mm-hmm. Even just talking about it, you would mention it, and you had to kind of be like, I don't believe in that. I just think it's fucking weird and funny. Like,
and now it's like essentially, except for certain parts of it, it's basically true.
Yeah.
Except it's just anyway.
It's not lizards, man.
Yeah,
that's all.
Bomb 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 dang 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 ding it on ding blue moon blue moon dip 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 moon moon blue moon dip 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 moon moon blue moon dip 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 bomb 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 dang 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 ding it on ding blue moon you saw me standing alone without a dream in my heart. Dang 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 ding it on ding blue moon. You knew just what I was there for. You heard me saying a prayer for someone I really care for. And then suddenly appeared before me, the only one my arms would ever hold. Somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I look, the moon is dead to go. Blue moon. Now I'm no longer alone, without a dream in my heart, without a love of my own. Dang 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 ding it on ding blue.
and maybe they're eating some people, but I don't think babies. But there's talk about like cannibalism. I mean, I
Do you think
think
Jeffrey Epstein was eating people?
no. See, this
I'm not
that's why
asking that with any
this is why
incredulity.
this is what I was about to say. Is that I do think people are being maybe a little incredulous or credulous. I never know which one it is. They're just like
They're giving too much credence to
they're reading things.
most salacious rumors.
Well, not even just that, but they're taking like they're seeing what's written, and they're just assuming that these people are telling the truth or are like not speaking. Like they just like take at face value the things that are being said. And so there's one of these that I want to talk about. And also, I do just want to say, Jeffrey Epstein is so fucking stupid. Like, this is a fucking dunce. This dude is, like, hella fucking dumb. Like, when you read these, he is just a total moron. But, so there's one of these, and this is why I want to say, this became, like, a big thing where people were, like, really dissecting it, especially on, like, left-wing Twitter the other day. But it's an email from a guy, let's see. It seems like this is somebody, Gino Yu, I'm not sure who that is, wrote to Jeffrey Epstein. Am in Paris and was about to write you and it popped up. She is a classic stage 3 in the model. Outlier who is intelligent, was traumatized when she was young, sexual abuse, and now gradually coming into her own and becoming self-realized. Can share our text interactions with her permission. Starting to develop special abilities. This trip we found a lot of stories like this, although she was more on the extreme side given her biographical history. Have been working with many such people with the model with good success. Incidentally, she is based in NYC. Can set up a meeting if you have interest. In London, I met with a group that leverages Iboga and spiritual traditions from Gabon to offer this. Jeffrey's reply, what prompted your Asperger email?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
But so what I want to say is like people will read this and like one of the things that I think that you can take away from this is like there's like programmed to kill shit in here. You know what I mean? Like, you know, traumatic like abuse, especially sexual abuse when someone's young can have effects on them. Generally speaking, you know, the PTK thesis is that it creates like dissociative states in people.
Right.
That they can then be susceptible to hypnosis
More easily
or
manipulated.
suggestion or things like that. But now this is like opened up a round of dialogue, or this was, you know, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. First off, where people are taking this at face value, especially the special abilities, and then like, you know, cranks like are posting about, or like cranks grab onto this and be like, yeah, see, things like Stranger Things are true because yeah, when you traumatize young people, you can like unlock ESP. And, you know, whatever, just being able to move objects with your mind or, like, become, like, interdimensional mind warriors, do, like, astral projection. And, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's, like, and then people try to, like, now it's, once again, like, you've seen, like, all of these confirmations of whatever other, like, conspiracy going on here. But, you know, now all of a sudden we need to once again redraw the lines of what mind control is. Oh, it's like Stranger Things. But this is like what I wanted to talk about is, you know, like with mind control, it comes in like different varieties or brainwashing, you know what I mean? Like I would say, like, would you say that like you have like a partner who's like abused by their partner? You know, they abused their hit. And then you would think that, you know, a person would leave that person. But then the abuser, after the event, they start profusely apologizing, say it's never going to happen again, that they love them, they're so sorry, and then the abused person ends up staying with the abuser. I would say that that's a form of mind control. It's a form of brainwashing. Sure. You know what I mean? Like the
right. When people talk about brainwashing, like I feel like a lot of people think that it's this like James Bond. Yeah. There's some sort of device that shoots waves into your brain, and it's like, no, man, it's just like putting people into such a like an emotionally distressed, frazzled state that they're
do things that they normally wouldn't.
That they wouldn't normally do.
Yeah.
You can essentially like damage someone's psyche to the extent that they become more suggestible, more open to suggestion, and more willing to act outside of their normal. I mean, it's like look at like the Manson murders as like a potentially.
So that's the thing that I'm saying.
Example.
The United States court system determined that brainwashing is possible because Charles Manson, a person who didn't kill anybody, got found guilty of murder.
Charles Manson may have killed people, but he has never been.
But that's not the ones he was convicted of.
Right.
Yeah. But the thing is, and they did it because they said, oh, these young people wouldn't have normally killed these people, except this guy knew the right stresses to hit, the right stressors to hit, knew the right drugs to hit, the right words to say, that he could convince them to do something that they normally wouldn't do. And when they sobered up, they had no idea why they did it.
Yeah.
And, like, this is why I wanted to, like, maybe I'll keep this a little bit brief, because I do, at some point in the future, want to do, like, a larger look into Whitey Bulger. But, like, with Whitey Bulger, and the funny thing is, like, this is straight up in the movie Black Mass with Johnny Depp. Like, this is, like, totally public knowledge. Whitey Bulger, he was, like, a young criminal from, like, the streets in Boston. A violent guy, but, like, a normal, like, street urchin violent. Goes to prison. While he's in prison, he gets MK Ultra. Like, literally, he signs up for an MK Ultra program, because in the prison they say, like, hey, if you sign up for this program, you volunteer, we'll give you drugs to do. And, like, it's ain't fucking else to do in there. So, like, Whitey Bulger's like, yeah, I want to do drugs. He ends up getting subjected to MK Ultra, where he's forced to take, like, heroic doses of LSD for 90 days straight, like 3 months.
Yep.
He says during it that he starts seeing, like, blood pouring from the walls. He starts having voices in his head that are, like, convincing him to, like, commit, like, violent acts. And then he gets out of prison, and all of a sudden becomes the government's, like, personal hitman and underworld mob boss, and starts killing people, assassinating people, including himself, that the government tells him to do, and taking over their operations. And then all the people that talk about him there say that something was different within him, and that he was far more violent, far more insane, far more unhinged. And then it all gets blamed on, like, one rogue FBI soldier who's like, oh, well, he was childhood friends with Whitey Bulger. He was just trying to help his friend out. It's like, I don't know. I feel like there's something there when a guy is subjected to a government mind control program in prison, comes out and becomes the government's personal hitman and mob boss.
Right.
Like,
nothing's going on with that guy.
Yeah, there's
like I said, it's a little weird, that guy.
Yeah, it's a little weird, those series of events. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, I would say, perhaps.
I don't know any of that shit about Whitey Bulger. So I'm just listening, nodding.
You didn't know that?
No, Evan, I am so much less fucking crazy than you.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Like, the major, like, blockbuster Hollywood movie Black Mass starring Johnny Depp literally gets into this stuff.
I know, but I don't remember that. Like, I saw it for sure, but I don't remember. It's funny, like, you'd think that I would know more about Whitey Bulger.
Yeah.
He's like our hometown.
Yeah, he's our home. Yeah, like
I don't want to say hero.
Our childhood.
He's our John Gotti.
Our childhoods were filled with Whitey Bulger rumors and shit on, like, the evening news. Yeah,
him being seen, him being spotted. It was.
He was the president of our alma mater.
Was he really?
Or like his brother was like wasn't he like the president of the UMass college system?
Really?
Yeah, his brother Whitey Bulger. You didn't know that? Yeah, his brother was a politician.
I don't know, man. Maybe I did know this at one point.
What's his brother's name?
Maybe I knew this at one point, but
Yeah, he was like the head of the entire UMass college program. Yeah, hold on.
Was it James? No, that was Whitey Bulger's name was James.
Yeah. James Whitey Bulger. His brother was William Bulger. Yeah, he was an American former Democratic politician, lawyer, and educator from South Boston. His 18-year tenure as president of the Massachusetts Senate is longest in history. After leaving office, he became president of the University of Massachusetts.
Wow.
Yeah, that's why it was, like, really big. It's like...
He's still alive.
Yeah.
93.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to bring that up, Just once again, we're trying to redrawing the lines of mind control. Based on today. Also, I love that he mentioned Iboga. You know what that is, right? Ibogaine?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yes.
Yeah, like, for those that don't know, Ibogaine, this is like it's legal in some places.
Yeah.
And it's an insanely powerful psychedelic that basically puts you on, like, a multi-day trip. It's not pleasant. It's supposed to basically...
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's supposed to be... basically your like an addict's, especially like a heroin addict's last resort to break their addiction.
It's like to break you. Like terminal alcoholics will do it and stuff too.
It's
supposed to be puts like you into hell.
Yeah, like a multi-day like hell trip. And you have to be like guided by like
that's very controversial. I think it's used to like quote unquote cure addictions,
but it has an
because
insanely high success rate from like the people who've done it. Like lifelong heroin addicts have done it and been cured of their addiction. But yeah, so I mean, like, so ibogaine, it's supposed to have like an insanely high success rate for like curing like people who are like lifelong heroin addicts, like terminal alcoholics, and so like it, as you were saying, it's controversial, but because it's like not really like, and there's not been FDA studies on it or anything like that. Yeah, and it's something that
like at this point,
yeah, that's the thing. It's like people who are like at the end of their rope. It's like if I don't try this, my addiction is going to kill me. People will like go to that, and it's supposed to put you into hell for like I think like a day, 2 days, something like that, and you have to be guided through it through like people who are aware of how to do the experience. And like I think I've read stories of people like basically like they almost like personify their addiction and have like a conversation with it, or like their like ego or something like that, where like they almost have like an out of body experience,
right?
Or like develop some sort of like timeline kind of like understanding of their lives, and they're able to like communicate with this other part of them. But yeah,
freaky.
Yeah. Now, folks, we did know coming in to these disclosures that some of our favorites may be implicated. Our boy Elon Musk.
Uh-oh. No, not Elon.
Not only is he in here, but it's somehow even more pathetic than if he just went there to fuck kids. Like, he found a way to find another layer of depravity. So, like, Elon has sworn for years that, no, Jeffrey Epstein, he always begged me to go to his island, but I always told him no. I knew he was a creep. I knew what he was doing. I didn't want that. Folks,
I'm sure that Jeffrey was sitting there watching this on the news like, this fucking guy.
Yeah, this dude. Elon Musk was fucking emailing Jeffrey Epstein on Christmas Day while he was with his kids. So Elon Musk is there opening presents with his kids. And he's like literally is emailing Jeffrey Epstein like, dude, I need to fucking let loose, man. Once my kids are gone, man, I need to go fucking crazy. It's like noon on Christmas Day. And he's just with his own children thinking about the other children he wants to fuck. He's telling Jeffrey Epstein too. He's like, no, it's gotta be crazier. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, it needs to be crazier than your normal parties. I need this to be wild. So here's one that I really enjoyed. Now, let's see. Also, so there's the Christmas Day ones, but then there's also fucking Elon like not understanding innuendo whatsoever.
Yeah,
this one is really good. So this is in like 2013, 9/11 actually. Jeffrey Epstein emails Elon Musk. Any plans for New York? The opening of the General Assembly has many interesting people coming to the house. Elon's response. I run and lead product design engineering for two complicated companies. Moreover, SpaceX is about to launch what is arguably the most advanced rocket in history. Flying to New York to see UN diplomats do nothing would be an unwise use of time.
Oh my god, dude.
Jeffrey Epstein's reply is amazing. Do you think I am R-worded? I'm not going to actually say, but he's like, do you think I am R-worded? Just kidding. There was no one over 25, and all very cute.
Oh my god, dude.
Jeffrey Epstein's basically like, hey, do you want to come to this party with a bunch of young girls at my place that you can fuck? And Elon's just like, this would be an unwise use of... Like, he just assumes it's going to be UN diplomats.
Oh my god.
That'd be an unwise use of my time.
And Jeffrey Epstein is like, yeah, dude, do you think I'm a dork? I also don't want to hang out with UN diplomats.
Do you think I'm a fucking moron?
I'm the guy who hosts the pedophile freak-off
I'm trying
parties.
to get you 14-year-old pussy, man. Like... But, I mean, like, yeah, so Elon's just, like, adult.
I don't like that expression even, dude.
What?
14-year-olds don't have pussies.
Yeah, well, sorry. That's not according to Jeffrey Epstein.
I guess so.
Yeah. I mean, dude, like, Jeffrey Epstein is, like, famous for, like, people talking about other things at his, like, dinner and whatnot. And him just going, what does this have to do with pussy?
He would say that?
Yeah, literally, that's what he would say. He would straight up say, what does any of this have to do with pussy? Like, he was just like, cum
He was
brains.
one track mind, dude.
Yeah, dude, seriously. Also, I do want to say,
His small mushroom penis.
oh, dude, so Elon's not Elon. His is actually fucked up too. But Epstein is famous for having a penis that has been described in these disclosures and others as deformed, a birth defect, egg-shaped, lemon-shaped, and the one that really fucks me up is shaped like a teardrop.
Oh.
It's supposed to be incredibly fat at the base and like super skinny at the tip.
I wonder what causes that.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, some of the girls said that, like, yeah, he had a deformed penis, or it was a birth defect. But yeah. Anyway, there's also again, folks, some of our favorites will be compromised. Have you been following the Basically, nobody is suffering any consequences for this from
Yeah.
the U.S. except for the UK, Great Britain.
Right.
Why do fools fall in love? Why do birds sing so gay? And lovers are wed to break of day. Why do they fall in love? Why does the rain fall from up above? Why do fools fall in love? Why do they fall in love? Love is a losing game, and love can be a shame. I know of a fool you see, so that fool is me. Tell me why. Tell me why. Why do birds sing so gay? And lovers are wed to break of day. Why do they fall in love?
Because this is actually having repercussions in Keir Starmer's government, as well as in general. Just like there's like been a wave of resignations throughout like the UK. But Peter Mandelson as he didn't look good in these disclosures. So like Peter Mandelson, he's a major UK Labour politician. He is Sir Keir Starmer made him ambassador to the US. Presumably after all of this shit was known. His association with Epstein has been public knowledge since like 2019. And also in these emails we have him just straight up handing like sensitive information to Epstein in like 2013 and like passing like sensitive like state information to Jeffrey Epstein, who is an agent at the very least of the Mossad and also probably CIA. But like, so he's like in hot shit. I mean, he had to resign from the Labour Party. He had to resign from the House of Lords. And he's now under like a criminal probe in the UK. But there's been like other resignations. Keir Starmer himself, who I really, really hate looking at Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
He's
got
like
he's got that what is it? And I'm gonna butcher the that German word Backpfeifengesicht.
I've never heard of this.
Backpfeifengesicht.
What is
A
it?
face that needs a slap or
Yeah.
a punchable face.
I mean, when you think about like a face made by pints and sausages, like and gravy, like that's the skin that a lifetime of pints and gravy and sausages makes, Like he's so fucking unpleasant to look at.
he's just very British looking.
I mean, his face looks like it's stuffed with cottage cheese, man.
I don't know. He's not that bad.
Dude, it's awful.
There's a lot more English-looking people.
Oh, I'm not saying that he's the most
Boris
English.
Johnson.
Yeah,
You know,
but I mean,
that's an
it's
English-looking
just
guy.
he's got the puffy, fluid-filled. I really hate Keir Starmer. I really don't like him. But anyway, yeah, there's like calls for his resignation, and this has been just an unpleasant time for him in general. Honestly, I don't understand why he even wants to be prime minister, because it seems like it has just been one long humiliation ritual for him. Mm-hmm. But I guess that's basically been the last, 5 UK prime ministers?
Yeah,
like, none of them have had a good time.
No, they've had a really tough run.
I mean, Rishi Sunak was probably the least embarrassing, and he's still, like, left in disgrace, right? Like,
Rishi Sunak was
yeah.
how long was he prime minister for?
That's what I'm saying. I think it was less than a year.
Yeah.
Because there was Liz Truss.
No,
Truss
it wasn't.
Oh.
It was he was in for it was less than 2 years, but
Oh, yeah.
2022 to 2024.
Liz Truss was less than a year, right?
Yes.
She lasted less than that piece
Liz
of lettuce.
Truss did not last long.
Yeah, they had the lettuce versus Liz Truss. Yeah,
Before that, it was Boris
Johnson. Yeah,
for 3 years.
Yeah.
And then before that was Theresa May
And then
for 3 years.
Dave Cameron was in there somewhere.
David Cameron was before that
Yeah,
for 6 years.
yeah, he was there for a while. Yeah, yeah, Theresa May.
And then
you had
before that was Gordon Brown,
I don't even remember that one.
3 years. That was right after Tony Blair.
Yeah, Tony
And then,
Blair.
you
Yeah,
know, there's
Tony Blair, another dude. The way he looks now
Tony
is
Blair was in
hysterical.
office for 10 years.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he also looks hysterical now, dude. He's got like he's got like the
he looks like
the
Gollum.
he's got the pervert like white slick back mullet going. Like, dude, it's so bad. But anyway, yeah. Also, like, you see some like really insane shit in here about like Jeffrey Epstein betting on Brexit and everything like that. Like here's one of them. Like we have like Epstein like betting on Brexit. Like this is from Vincenzo Yozzo to Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey, bear with me because this might be really dumb, but I was thinking about doing equals something with regards to Brexit. All these people type like fucking like grandma and grandpa, man. So my gut feeling is that the UK is not actually going to exit Europe, but regardless, I was thinking of placing 2. Long Europe USD, long GBP USD. In theory, case 1 covers the exit, and case 2 covers the stay. How dumb is it? You also have somebody else, Gianni Sorazzi to Jeffrey Epstein. Having my first ever 7-digit stay on Brexit feels good. Sometimes good to be short. You probably had 8 and 9 digits you equal days. I can't even imagine how that feels. When it's your money, I equals is another world. But like
It's another world. He's like talking about making his first $1 million in one day.
Of like shorting Brexit or like shorting on like the Brexit situation and shit.
Yeah.
And like also there's like all of these like emails going around talking about how like all of these people made their money with the fall of like the Eastern Bloc. You know what I mean? And like basically with the fall of the Eastern Bloc, obviously they all came in and strip mined everything, but that also created a massive sex trafficking trade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all remember the Russian mail order brides and stuff like that during the 90s. But just in general, like, all of these Eastern European girls were just, like, trucked in by the boatload to, like, fuel these, like, sex trafficking rings here in the West. And then, like, one of the things that you see in this is, like, they're talking about, like, basically doing the same thing to their own countries. Like, with Brexit, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, we've talked about this before on the pod, but, like, if Scotland became independent, it would immediately be like the poorest country in Western Europe, and
right.
like one of the poorest countries in Europe in general. Like, you know what I mean? Like on par with like Moldova or something like that.
Moldova is the poorest country.
Yeah,
in Europe,
a little bit, yeah. But then like those countries, them being like thrown into absolute poverty, made this like huge sex trafficking trade possible, where all these like girls are coming in who will literally do anything just to be able to like eat and like provide for themselves.
Yep.
And what's like really sinister about this too is that you've seen like this deluge of like Western media outlets, you know, especially in the UK, which the UK really works hand in glove with Israeli intelligence, and you can tell that this is like Israeli intelligence trying to pump this up, trying to say that like Jeffrey Epstein was a Russian operation. I've even seen reputable UK media outlets saying that Jeffrey Epstein was a KGB operative. The KGB, of course, not existing for well over 30 years at this point.
It's been a long time.
The KGB dissolving with the Soviet Union. Like that's not the Russian intelligence force anymore. But I mean, like, yeah, like you see that. And like, and you can tell it's because like really like, I mean, I think Israel knows at this point that their reputation around the world is obviously just in the shit. They've lost all credibility, and like, and it's so funny. Like you saw this too with like the way that like Israel tried to do their Hezbollah in the West. That they're really like Israelis. I think have just like drank the Kool-Aid so much that they don't realize. They don't realize that the lies they tell each other and their own people are just like not cutting it anymore here.
They seem insane to everyone else.
Yeah, it's like when they started their genocide against Palestine, that they kept trying to say no, Hamas is ISIS, and it's like, dude, nobody in the West gives a fuck about ISIS.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? No American gives a fuck about ISIS. It's not 2013.
Right, and the mantras that you create to like whip yourself up into your murder frenzy.
Yeah,
that's not like translatable into broader society. Like when you live in like this isolated, you know, warmongering society for so long, and we're generations into the experiment at this point. Yeah, I mean, to them, I'm sure that just like is enough. But like you said,
but it's like at this point, it's like
no one else is.
You're at least 5 years too late to the blaming everything on Russia angle. Like, you know what I mean? It's like once Biden became president, the Russiagate stuff kind of stopped hitting the same way. So it's like you can't just say everything's Russian interference anymore. Americans have become jaded to that. It's just like that's like what I'm saying. It's like when Israel tried to keep saying no. Hamas is ISIS. Hamas is ISIS. Hamas is Al Qaeda. It's like nobody gives a fuck about that shit anymore. Like that's not some boogeyman that Americans worry about all night. Right. But also, like, I do want to say, you know, if we can bring this to maybe something you and I were talking about the other night, is that we were talking about how, like, Eastern Europe being plundered, that the sex trade was like really bolstered by the Eastern European woman. Yep. One of them, I'm almost positive, being the First Lady Melania Trump.
Yeah, 100%.
She was 100% a product of this sex trade, trafficked to the once and current President of the United States, who is obviously all over these files and is a pedophile and child molester. But also, there's the everybody's favorite pervert, Brett Ratner, as well, who has re-entered the picture. But like Brett Ratner's in pictures in this, like hanging out with Jean-Luc Brunel. He's in like pictures with like clearly like underage girls, and also, you know, I mean, now he's back in the news. He's got the Melania IP, the Melania documentary. So folks, we do love him. And there are a few other things I do want to talk about. Like, for as much as like we've joked about some of this stuff, and I mean, you know, we are an entertainment product, I suppose, but like, I mean, as if it's not horrible enough that these people were like doing this to like 14-year-old girls. There was Brian Krasenstein, who's like a journalist, posted an incredibly unpleasant picture that he found in the Epstein files, which I think a lot of people smartly decided not to repost. But these weren't just like 14-year-old girls. And there were rumors. I remember hearing rumors years ago about Epstein going as low as 12. There's like straight up CP in the Epstein files. Like Brian Krasenstein like posted a picture of what appears to have been, obviously this is all redacted, but what appears to have been like what looks to be like an 8-year-old girl a
Jesus
9-year-old
Christ.
girl, being forced to undress and like show her private parts, like while being like posed on a staircase. Like this was definitely a prepubescent girl. So for all of the scumbags out there saying like, "Whoa, so what if these men, maybe they shouldn't be sleeping with 16-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls," but yeah, that's not all they were doing. And I also do want to say, like, I want to throw back to Virginia Giuffre, R.I.P., who is like, one of these Epstein victims who always like who showed no fear in talking about this. I think Ghislaine Maxwell has maybe tried to paint herself as a victim as well. Virginia Giuffre always said, and was quite clear, that Ghislaine was the worst of all of them. That Ghislaine did things even worse than Jeffrey did. That she was like the mastermind, and that she was worse than he was.
Yeah, she was a participant. Not
That she was like
some
not
captive.
just a participant, but like maybe like the leader of all of this.
Right.
And yeah, she said Ghislaine Maxwell did worse things than Jeffrey Epstein even did.
Yeah.
And there's another crazy part in this too that I want to throw it to, and I gotta shout out my mutuals on Twitter, brilliant researchers in both their own right, Dimitri, Dr. Poshlos, and Matt Farwell, the Hunt for Tom Clancy, who we see Sasha Grey, the former porn star, make her way into this. Now, Sasha Grey is kind of like sort of, for those who are not gooners, she was like a pretty famous porn star. Like,
well, that weren't gooners when we were like 20.
Yeah,
she was.
Even, because she was like pretty famous like 20 years ago, 15 years ago. She was like a really famous porn star who was like one of the porn stars who like kind of like broke the seal and like became something of like a minor celebrity outside of that.
Yeah, she's like a video game streamer now. Like
she also has acted in like real movies, not like porn films as well.
Yeah.
And is like something of like a whatever. But
that's a notoriously difficult world to break out of
Yeah.
into the mainstream.
Well-
and she's come close to doing it. Mia Khalifa, another example of somebody who was popular when we were younger, who's kind of like more well known. They still have this brand on them that is like perpetuated by just like fucking disgusting dudes online who are like, once a whatever, But,
well, so here's the thing. So Sasha Grey has said before, and these have been like at least accusations made before, that the guy who she had a boyfriend when she was like 16, his name is like Ian Cinnamon, who was the guy who first pimped her out and got her into porn when she was like 16 years old. He always claimed to be an intelligence agent. I think he claimed to be with the CIA or the DIA. And so I know Matt Farwell, the Hunt for Tom Clancy, he has posted about this before, that Sasha Grey, claimed that her boyfriend was a manager pimp, worked for the Defense Intelligence Agency, the DIA, and then, all of a sudden in these Epstein emails, you see that apparently Sasha Grey visited Epstein's Island, and was used, and her videos used as training materials for his sex slaves, to pleasure, older, powerful men. And all of a sudden, you start to draw connections. It's like, if this intelligence agent, like, basically molds this girl into being like a pleasurer, like somebody who's like the ultimate like pleasure device for like men, and then she's being sent to Epstein's Island while he's running an intelligence operation to train more girls into being able to pleasure older men. And then like there's like like email exchanges in this where she's telling Epstein, is like, yeah, everything that you taught me how to do from the Sasha Grey videos like made this guy like open up to me, and like he's telling me how intelligent I am, and he's like just keeps talking to me. She's like, this is really amazing how it works. And that opens up some really I guess avenues of thought there.
So is the idea that Sasha Grey was willingly complicit in this, or
a useful asset, a useful idiot, who knows? But that like clearly that she was like, it seems like involved in helping to train more girls to be like her, like, because she went there and like met Jeffrey Epstein and shit, and so like maybe being used as a way to make these powerful rich men open up even more and maybe say things they normally wouldn't because they had their brains fucked out.
Right.
But yeah,
I mean, it would work on me, dude. I tell my girlfriend everything, dude.
Yep.
You know, it's like we're simple.
Yep.
And if you are dealing with a bunch of perverts, unfortunately, you're going to need to resort to perverted means to get them to squeal about whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Man, this whole thing is so it makes my eyes cross.
Yeah. There was also one more thing too that was brought up. I can't remember what it was. Some like major like banker, like somebody up in Citibank or fucking Chase or whatever. I don't remember which one, but that they were telling Jeffrey Epstein that you don't have to worry about like any like anti-capitalist sentiment because the consumer goods economy has like fully like captured basically the working class, and more or less what he's saying is the consumer good economy has turned the proletariat into collaborators in their own oppression. Is that it has found a way to release that seal of maybe any sort of revolutionary fervor. It's commodified itself. The act of revolution or of disobeying like the capitalist order is itself a commodity. Like you see all these anti-capitalist cafes and all of these movies come out, big Hollywood movies that are supposed to, like movies like I remember you liked that one, but the movie The Menu, something like that. Where it's like you see these movies, where they give you this cathartic release of the pressure that you're feeling without you actually releasing the pressure. I do just want to throw it up. Our boy Guy Debord was saying this shit in the 1960s that the consumer goods economy has created collaborators of the proletariat into their own oppression. That they're treated like children and with total disdain during the workday, but when they come home and walk through their door and turn on their TVs, advertisements suddenly treat them like adults, worthy of praise and worthy of being sought after, and then they spend their money. But yeah, anyway, I did just like seeing that. That's basically like one of the exact points in society of the spectacle that Guy Debord says.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we talked about that.
With our boys from Fourth Reich.
Yeah.
Fourth Reich Archaeology.
Hell yeah.
Dick and Don. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice young man. Yeah, I remember that movie, The Menu.
Yeah.
I just liked it because it was exactly that, but it was...
Yeah, I remember you telling me, it was like, yeah, man, this is exactly what it's like. It felt awesome seeing somebody tell off these, like, piece of shit customers like that.
Not even... I don't think it was even that deep. It was just, like... It was funny.
Yeah.
I thought it was funnier than a lot of people thought.
Yeah.
And I just remember having conversations. I work in the service industry, as I've mentioned on this show. And I remember having conversations with people being like, oh, it was really disturbing. And I'm like, well, yeah, because it was a movie about exactly like you. Like, people that, like, consider themselves to be foodies or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, how obnoxious that can be. And, like, what if somebody decided to fucking kill all those people because they got sick of them? So, like, yeah, I get why you didn't like it. Do you get why I liked it? Like to those people, and they were like, oh,
I used to be a cook.
Yeah.
Foodie Holocaust.
Right.
I agree with that.
Oh no, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying this.
Oh, all right. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is me talking to people at work. I'm relating that. I specifically just said not you, but them.
Oh yeah.
And you just it's all about you, Evan. It's all about you.
It is. Thank you for acknowledging for once.
Yeah. But yeah, no. A very heavy-handed example, I think, of exactly what Guy Debord was saying. Like, here's how you create this sense. And I don't think that every example of that in media is like intentional, but it doesn't mean that it's not contributing to exactly.
I mean, Boots Riley does it right. Boots Riley, who is a communist, his movies, like, that's why, like, what is it? Sorry to Bother You. Like, he makes it explicitly clear at the end. It's like, no, it's like about like class collaboration, or like not class collaboration, but like standing up for the people in your class and all working together, and not just falling prey to the consumer lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, thank you for joining us once again. Sorry for how sporadic the episodes have been lately. We will deign to not.
Don't apologize to these people.
I do apologize. Well, I apologize. Not to the people who don't. For our patrons, patrons, we apologize.
That's fair.
Yeah. You suckers who've been mooching on free fucking labor for years, you fucking cocksuckers. I don't care about you. Fuck you.
Fine, yeah.
You'll take what we give you. But for the patrons who we love, we will get stuff more to you directly. Everybody else, fuck you. Suck my ass. Kiss my dick. Fuck you. We're better than you. Everybody else in the world can kiss our ass.
Yep.
Fuck you.
So do you follow that up by asking for donations?
Yeah, so anyway, if you want to get on our good side, there are a few ways that you can help us out. You can support the podcast, first of all, by going to www.patreon.com/leftunread. While there, guess what? You can choose a small monthly amount to help keep the podcast going. Give us your hard-earned dollars so that we can give you our hard-fought thoughts. And you know, if you do that, if you do that and you're on an Apple product, do not use the Patreon app. They will rob you blind of an extra 30% that doesn't go to us, doesn't go to Patreon even. It goes straight to Apple. So open up that Safari browser. I know you got it on your phone. It's probably right there on the front page. You open that up, you click Safari, like I said, and you go www.patreon.com/leftunread. If you can't give us some money, that's okay. You can help us in other ways. You can rate and review us on your podcast app of choice. That helps us get boosted in the algorithm. It helps us find new listeners. You can also help us spread by word of mouth. Cameron, who's a good person to tell this podcast about?
Well, I would tell my friend Evan.
I already know about it. Who's a good person to tell this podcast about?
You could tell me.
So you can open up your little Gmail folder and you can type to gvacation@gmail.com.
Yeah, dude.
Subject line.
All of
Subject
your email
line.
contacts.
Cool stuff here. And then in it you just put, hey, Jeffrey, a thought equal you would, ! Like this podcast, link it. And then he's going to tell all the powerful people that he knows. And then actually, I don't really know if I want all them to listen.
And then we skyrocket to fame and superstardom. Next thing you know, we have an island.
Yeah.
And then we'll see
And we're the number
really
the number
parties.
one podcast within the pedophile cabal elite.
Yeah, we're the number one podcast that's being broadcast from the
podcast
British
being
Virgin
broadcast.
Islands.
We'll as a matter of fact, we're not just on Little St. James. We made it to Greater St. James.
Yeah, we're just on St. James.
We're just on.
We've unified both of the St. Jameses into Mega St. James.
Yeah. Anyway, folks.
A Voltron situation.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Megazord or whatever
Right.
the fucking Power Rangers. Yeah. Anyway,
It was Megazord.
It was Megazord. All right, nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Anyway, folks, thanks for listening. This has been another episode of
Left Unread.
Bosh.
Take out the papers and the trash, or you don't get no spending cash. If you don't scrub that kitchen floor, you ain't gonna rock and roll no more. Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
Just finish cleaning up your room. Let's see that dust fly with that broom. Get all that garbage outside, or you don't go out Friday night. Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
You just put on your coat and hat and walk yourself to the laundromat. And when you finish doing that, bring in the dog and put out the cat. Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
Don't you give me no dirty looks. Your father's hip, he knows what cooks. Just tell your hoodlum friend outside, you ain't got time to take a ride. Yakety yak.
Don't talk back.
Yakety yak, yakety yak.